Right guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a good Friday afternoon. It's weather's not brilliant, but it's warm. That's all I can say. It's humid, very humid. So yeah, it's not the nicest today, really. Sun's not really out that much, but it's humid as anything. Not the nicest weather in the world, really, but it's better than being freezing cold, I guess. But yeah, I just want to go over. What Proverbs was it now? Proverbs 17, 18. I think. Yeah, I want to go over the Proverbs that I missed out of the Proverbs playlist. One of them is Proverbs 17, and I think the other one's Proverbs 18. So I'm going to try and go over both of them now, if I've got it in me to do the words. I'm a bit tired, but I went over our friends earlier, so I'm a bit tired, but I'm going to try and do them anyway. For you guys, and get the Proverbs playlist updated. I think there's 17 and 18 to do, and I think maybe 29 and 30, I think, as well. Proverbs 29 and 30, but I'm not going to do them all right now. I'll do 17 and 18 right now. So yeah guys, let's just go straight into it. Better a dry crust with peace and quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. A prudent servant will rule over a disgraceful son, and will share the inheritance as one of the family. The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart. A wicked person listens to deceitful lips. A liar pays attention to a destructive tongue. Whoever mocks the poor shows contempt for their maker. Whoever gloats over disaster will not go unpunished. Children's children are a crown to the aged, and parents are the pride of their children. Eloquent lips are unsuited to a godless fool. How much worse lying lips to a ruler? A bribe is seen as a charm by the one who gives it, and thinks successful. A bribe is seen as a charm by the one who gives it. They think success will come at every turn. Whoever would foster love covers over an offence, but whoever repeats the matter separates close friends. A rebuke impresses a discerning person more than 100 lashes a fool. Evildoers foster rebellion against God. The messenger of death will be sent against them. Better to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool bent on folly. Evil will never leave the house of one who pays back evil for good. Starting a quarrel is like breaching a dam, so drop the matter before a dispute breaks out. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent. The Lord detests them both. Why should fools have money in hand to buy wisdom, when they are not able to understand it? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. One who has no sense shakes hands in pledge, and puts up security for a neighbour. Whoever loves a quarrel loves sin. Whoever builds a high gate invites destruction. One whose heart is corrupt does not prosper. One whose tongue is perverse falls into trouble. To have a fool for a child brings grief, There is no joy for the parent of a godless fool. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. The wicked accept bribes in secret to pervert the course of justice. A discerning person keeps wisdom in view, but a fool's eyes wander to the ends of the earth. A foolish son brings grief to his father and bitterness to the mother who bore him. If imposing a fine on the innocent is not good, surely to flog honest officials is not right. The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even-tempered. Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues. That's chapter 17, guys. Proverbs chapter 17. Now let's just get into 18. An unfriendly person pursues selfish ends, and against all sound judgment starts quarrels. Fools find no pleasure in understanding, but delight in airing their own opinions. When wickedness comes, so does contempt, and with shame comes reproach. The words of the mouth are deep waters, but the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. It is not good to be partial to the wicked and so deprive the innocent of justice. The lips of fools bring them strife, and their mouths invite a beating. The mouths of fools are their undoing, and their lips are a snare to their very lives. The words of a gossip are like choice morsels, they go down to the inmost parts. One who is slack in his work is brother to one who betrays. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. The wealth of the rich is their fortified city. They imagine it a wall too high to scale. Before a downfall, the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honour. To answer before listening, that is folly and shame. The human spirit can endure in times of illness, but a crushed spirit who can bear? The heart of the discerning acquires knowledge, for the ears of the wise seek it out. A gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great. In a lawsuit, the first to speak seems right until someone comes forward and cross-examines. Casting the lot settles disputes and keeps strong opponents apart. Where are we? 18. Nearly done now, guys. A brother wronged is more unyielding than a fortified city. Disputes are like the barred gates of a citadel. From the fruit of their mouth a person's stomach is filled. With the harvest of their lips they are satisfied. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favour from the Lord. The poor plead for mercy, but the rich answer harshly. One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. That's it, guys. That's chapter 17 and chapter 18. Proverbs chapter 17 and Proverbs chapter 18. Oh, I feel a bit tired all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I feel really tired. I think it's probably because I've hardly eaten today, but the reason why that is because of the heat. You know, when it's a hot day, you just don't feel like eating. It's kind of like that with me. Just haven't felt like eating today last night, but I haven't felt like eating nothing today because of the heat. I think I've been getting my energy from the heat. Need less food when it's a hot day, kind of thing, and it's been very humid today. So, but we'll eat in a bit. Um, oh God. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, thanks for supporting the channel and me. Thank you for gracing me virtually with your presence. So, well, kind of in a roundabout way, anyway. Um, or me gracing you virtually with my presence. I'm not sure what you'd call it, but you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I do appreciate you all. Um, I do, like I say, I pray for you guys. I keep you all in my prayers. And I wish you the best. But yeah, that's all I got to say for now. I think there's a UFC fight coming up soon. Dustin Poirier and Islam Makhachev. I'm kind of a UFC fan, but I don't follow it like I used to follow it. I used to follow it religiously, but well, kind of religiously anyway. I used to not hardly ever miss an event, but miss the odd event here and there. But I followed it quite a lot. I'd catch up on it if I missed it, kind of thing. But yeah, boxing and UFC. I used to follow the boxing a little bit, not as much as the UFC, but I think as much as I respect the athletes, because of what I read in the Bible about if uh, if you shed human blood, you'll have your blood shed by humans. Like I think it's talking about murder in the Bible, but it could be, but it doesn't say that. It just says shed blood. So I think it all applies. Do you know what I mean? I think it's kind of like how it's written. So that's why I don't as much as I'm a fan of the athletes and I've followed the athletes all my life pretty much. So I kind of care about their lives and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I've seen them training and spending time with their families and everything. Throughout documentaries, the countdowns, etc., and everything. And yeah, so kind of that's why I follow it. That's why I still kind of watch it every now and again, but I don't really agree with it, so I probably shouldn't watch it really. But yeah, that was to do with that scripture. Why I feel like that. It's like don't think fight sports are really some of the athletes are godly men, do you know what I mean? They follow the Bible and stuff, and they live they live a godly life. But some of them, do you know what I mean? But I don't think fighting's very godly. I just don't, do you know what I mean? But there are worse things to do, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just how I feel. Look, and I haven't read that scripture about shed. If you shed human blood, you will have your blood shed by humans. That kind of made my mind up for me, kind of thing, because I listened to scripture, so I apply it to my life. I take it in. So in that sense, I couldn't help but feel it's not the right thing to do from that scripture. Do you know what I mean? But everyone thinks differently. Everyone's on different life paths and stuff. But it's just how I feel, really. I can't do it anyway because my back's not perfect. It's a lot better than what it was. I say I couldn't do it. I don't know. Maybe if I train really hard, but I wouldn't want to do it because, like I say, what I've read in the Bible about that scripture and stuff, it puts me off, and yeah, and I've got no desire to prize fight at all. Do you know what I mean? Jesus is really Jesus is all about love. Do you know what I mean? And as much as people fight for love, it's like I don't I don't really think we should be fighting each other for money. That's just my personal opinion, but everyone thinks differently. Do you know what I mean? But I admire the athletes still. They're the best athletes in the world. I swear by that. Do you know what I mean? There's no tougher guys in the world, no better athletes in the world. So they deserve respect, 100%. And that's their path. Do you know what I mean? It's they're great at what they do for a reason. That's the way their life's gone, and that's their purpose, kind of thing, or their path. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just personally my path is a bit different. That's all I can say from what I've learned and stuff and how God's led me. But yeah, I definitely respect the fighters. They train harder than the UFC fighters train harder than anyone in the world. They're the best fighters in the world. They're unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? The skills it takes, the submissions, the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, the Thai boxing, the kickboxing, the boxing, do you know what I mean? The judo, it's and sometimes other martial arts as well, like taekwondo with the kicks and what's the other one? That one that Kung Lee done. If you're familiar with Kung Lee, it's kind of like wrestling and striking, I believe. I can't remember what it's called. And you got sambo as well. Don't forget sambo as well for like the Russians. There's so many skills you mixed martial artists learn. I can't, what's it called now? That Kung Lee was good at. What's it called? Sanshao, is it? Is it Sanshao? I think it's Sanshao. It's like wrestling and striking. Yeah. But yeah, they're great athletes, so I'm not dissing them. Do you know what I mean? It's not my path. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. But it's their path, so do you know what I mean? They're on a mission to get that belt, so do you know what I mean? And to be the best competitor, so that's how their lives led them. They're strong for a reason. Do you know what I mean? They've probably been through a lot. Do you know what I mean? Because the best fighters are people who've been through a lot. There's no doubt about that. Do you know what I mean? It's no coincidence. A lot of the best fighters are not always, but a lot of the best fighters have either from tough countries or there's a history in fight sports or they've had a tough background. You know what I mean? The best fighters, like you often find that with it's not a one size fits all. Like there's many variables. Some people or they took part in tough sports and stuff like that, tough other sports and stuff, and it's made them the competitor they are, like sort of thing. Like in an Alex Volkanovski sort of case, like playing rugby and stuff like that, and fighting and stuff. It's made him tough, and like you got Habib and Islam growing up in Dagestan, like war torn country. Like, do you know what I mean? Russia, do you know what I mean? It's the mountainous regions. It's a tough life there. Do you know what I mean? And then you got other people like Sean Strickland with like a bad background, family background and stuff, and do you know what I mean? Growing up in a poor part of America and stuff with a bad family background and stuff, like, and then you got some of the Brazilians like who are from tough countries, do you know what I mean, where life's tough. It's like, it's no coincidence these fighters are great, do you know what I mean? They've all got stories, do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. I guess the kind of exception to the rule is someone like BJ Penn, who was born into money, but he was just a natural fighter, do you know what I mean? He was just talented, do you know what I mean? He excelled at jiu-jitsu, he won the world championships in 3 years, the Mundials in 3 years, so yeah, he was just like super talented. I mean, obviously had crazy flexibility, and he was just tough. Like, he fought a lot on the streets in Hawaii and stuff. So because he had money and there's a lot of poor kids, you know what I mean? And he didn't like them bullying his family members, and from what I can gather and stuff, and or bullying people he knew. So he just started getting tough. Do you know what I mean? But they've all got stories. Do you know what I mean? They're all tough for a reason. That's all I can say. They've all got stories. And it's the same with boxing as well. But I won't go into that. I'll just stick to the UFC for now. But yeah, guys, I'm a big fan of. Well, I used to be a big fan of fight sports. Once upon a time, I did wanna be like a UFC fighter. I've seriously considered it. But then I injured my back. I was having jiu-jitsu lessons, and I was trying to condition myself outside of the class. Injured my back, and that was all she wrote, kind of thing. That was my dream over. Like, I remember I got I got taken on the pads by a professional trainer. I'm not gonna name him, but he said I had a lot of potential, and I could hit hard with either hand. And if I learnt the skills, if I come regularly, I'd be very good boxer. But after I injured my back from trying to condition myself for the jiu-jitsu, like, I was pretty much gonna do it. I was training jiu-jitsu. I was gonna train boxing. Had a few 1 or 2 boxing lessons, but yeah, I was seriously thinking of, if I hadn't have injured my back, my life could be very different now. Do you know what I mean? Very different, but it went how it went. It happened for a reason. I don't regret it. I'm happy to be where I am now. Everything happens for a reason, so it obviously weren't my path. I mean, I got run over when I was younger as well. So my eye, I don't know how much damage this eye could take, to be honest, because it's weak as it is, I'd say, from the accident. So that could be a factor. Maybe God saved me, knowing what could happen. Do you know what I mean? So everything happens for a reason. That's what I always say. But anyway, guys, this word's really long, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Sorry for waffling on about the UFC or boxing if you're not a fan of that. But if you are, you'll have learnt some new stuff about me and some interesting things. So yeah, that's it, guys, to do with fighting anyway, or fight sports. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. Much love, and I'll be back soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Love you all, guys. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Take care.